Well, hello everybody. I am Dean the Turkey Legster. That's me. And welcome back to the channel. Welcome to Once Upon a Turkey Leg here on another Sunday night. This show previously on Thursday nights, now on Sunday evenings at 8 p.m. Eastern. If you're catching this on the replay and didn't realize this was my new time slot, surprise! This is a brand new time slot. I'm going to see how it goes here for a month or so. Um, and then we'll see if what happens with the future of it. But right now, this is on Sundays. And so this is your time to come in and listen to some great stories. So if you're on the replay, leave me a comment. And let me know that you watched. If you're watching in the background, as I call Ninja Watchers, leave a comment also after the stream. Let me know that you watched. I love hearing from you. Let me say hello to the live chat. I see Ryan. Welcome in, Ryan. And Dave Stragan, welcome in. I'm sure more friends will come in as the stream goes. And I'm going to get going on the stories here in just a couple of minutes. Laura Jam, hello, welcome in. Ryan says, I need a breath of fresh air. Yes, you do. So I'm here on my tropical island. Actually, I'm not on the island. But yeah, fresh air is always good, isn't it? So yeah, Laura Jam, welcome in. Hello, Karen Sanders. Hello, Karen, welcome in. Welcome, and hope you're having a great gobble-tastic evening and weekend. It's been kind of quiet today. Um, watch a couple streams, a couple of videos, getting ready for tonight. I cooked dinner and cleaned up from that just a little bit ago. And then it's been a kind of a quiet Sunday for me, which is good because I'm going to have a big day tomorrow. And I'll mention that towards the end of the stream, what I'm doing tomorrow. So yeah, so welcome in everybody. Well, um, what else is there as a kind of an opening, and not sure what else. Of course, last night I did the Turkey Legster Zone. That was a lot of fun. I started my The History of Foods series. That was really fun learning about the histories of different foods. So that's on the channel. That was last night. If you missed that, go check that out. Lyle, welcome in. I am Lyle. Hope you're having a great weekend. So yeah. So guys, I guess that's gonna do it for the opening. Julie Gerbil, hello, welcome in. Hope you're having a great weekend. All right, guys, so Kay Wilby, hello, Kay. Welcome in, Kay Wilby, my very first member here on the channel. I have to acknowledge Kay. Thank you so much, Kay. You have the distinct honor of being that. And thank you so much to you and all of my members for being members and part of my Gobble Crew. My Gobble Crew. You guys are great. So welcome in. Hope you're having a great weekend. So, all right. You see that I'm on a tropical island, right? I had this up yesterday and I decided, hey, is there a Disney IP story classic favorite, whatever you want to call it. Is there a Disney story that has something to do with a tropical island? And so there were two that popped into my head. Um, the first one being, of course, the first one being Moana. But there's another one that's been around for a while, and I have not read stories from this um, world of Disney yet, and I'm talking about Lilo and Stitch. And I decided it was high time that I read Stitch, Lilo and Stitch, on the channel. So, without further ado, here I go, guys, with the first of tonight's stories, Disney's Lilo and Stitch. So sit back, enjoy, relax. It's story time. On planet Turo, everyone was afraid of experiment 626. This little creature was bulletproof and fireproof, and he could move objects 3 times his size. Experiment 626 was placed in a tiny locked compartment on Captain Gantu's ship to be sent away. But somehow he managed to break loose and escape in a police cruiser. Back on Turo, they tracked his flight across the sky and found he was headed directly for planet Earth. Oh my. Meanwhile, on the Hawaiian island of Kauai, a little girl named Lilo sulked all the way home from her dance class, upset that the other girls had made fun of her. Lilo had been having a rough time making friends lately. When Nani, Lilo's older sister, got home from work, she found Lilo inside the house listening to records with the door nailed shut. Just then, Cobra Bubbles arrived to make sure Nani was doing a good job taking care of Lilo, since their parents were gone. Nani tried to squeeze herself through the doggy door, but to her horror, Mr. Bubbles appeared, and she sheepishly crawled back out to greet him. Uh, there's Lilo, listening to her records. After breaking a window to get in, Nani invited Mr. Bubbles inside. The house was quite a sight. Lilo was home alone. There were dishes overflowing in the sink, and there was a pot bubbling over with burning stew on the stove. In case you're wondering, this did not go well, Mr. Bubbles told Nani. You have 3 days to change my mind. Oh, wonderful, Laura. Well, hello to you and your Stitchy plushie. Later, Nani tried to cheer Lilo up after Mr. Bubbles' visit. They were sisters and they only had each other. People treat me different, Lilo told Nani. They just don't know what to say, Nani replied. Nani promised that she would stop yelling at Lilo if Lilo would stop fighting with her classmates and they began to giggle together. Oh, I should have showed you this a second ago. Here's Mr. Bubbles. It's not going well. Just then, a bright green streak shot across the sky. Thinking it was a shooting star, Lilo pushed Nani out of the room so she could make a secret wish. I need somebody to be my friend, someone who won't run away. Maybe send me an angel? The nicest angel you had, Lilo wished. But that was not a star at all. It was Experiment 626's ship falling to Earth. Oh, he emerged from the rubble and scurried onto a road, only to be run over by two trucks. The truck drivers, assuming he was a dog, took him to an animal shelter to recover. Uh-oh. No. The next day, Nani and Lilo visited the animal shelter. While they looked around, Experiment 626 tried to escape, but secret agents from Planet Toro had tracked him and were waiting there to capture him. Frightened, he ran back inside. Just then, Experiment 626 saw a sign that read, "Adopt today," and began to hatch a different plan for escape. Adopt today. Oh boy. Lilo walked back to visit with the dogs available for adoption, but the only one she saw was Experiment 626. The rest were afraid of him. Experiment 626 rushed over to hug Lilo. Even though Nani wanted her to choose another dog, Lilo insisted that he was perfect and decided to name him Stitch. That night, Nani went to work at the restaurant. Lilo went along and sat drawing at a table with Stitch. In disguises at the next table, the alien spies watched them. They tried to lure Stitch into a bag, but Stitch caused a scene instead. Unfortunately, Nani's boss fired her on the spot because of Stitch. Nani, Lilo, and Stitch went home upset. Oh dear. Oh really, Lyle? That's cool. Gotta hold on to that because they don't make the VHS anymore. Um, Angry, Nani insisted they take Stitch back to the shelter in the morning. Dad said Ohana means family. Family means nobody gets left behind or forgotten, Lilo said, and Nani agreed to let him stay. At bedtime, Lilo found a book called The Ugly Duckling, a story of a little duck who was sad because nobody wanted him. But then the duckling's family found him, and the ugly duckling was happy because he knew where he belonged. Even though Stitch was destructive, he wished he had somewhere to belong to. The next day, Nani's friend David found the three of them sadly sitting on the beach. Nani had almost gotten 3 jobs, but Stitch ruined it each time. David suggested they go surfing. The 4 of them paddled out to enjoy the ocean. However, the alien spies were still tracking down Stitch. They almost got Stitch along with Lilo. Well, they almost got Stitch along with Lilo. Sorry. Nani and David rescued Lilo and Stitch just in time. But Mr. Bubbles arrived to see the whole mess. He decided that he would take Lilo away to a new family. Oh no. When Nani and Lilo returned home, they were both very sad. Later, Lilo told Stitch that she knew he only wrecked things because he missed his family. He decided he would leave rather than ruin anything else, and quietly wriggled off into the night with the ugly duckling tucked under his arm. Alone in the forest, Stitch opened the book to the page on which the ugly duckling could not find his family. Lost, he whispered sadly. Dave. The next morning, Lilo was upset to find Stitch missing. Just then, there was a knock at the door, and David said he had found a job for Nani at last. Nani and David rushed off. It was their last chance to keep Nani and Lilo together. While they were gone, though, the alien spies tried to get Stitch. Luckily, Lilo came to the rescue. Lilo and Stitch worked together to fight the aliens, destroying the entire house at the same time. Lilo called Mr. Bubbles for help, and he hurried over. Happy to have gotten the job, Nani headed back home just in time to see Mr. Bubbles preparing to take Lilo away forever. While they argued, Lilo slipped away into the nearby forest. There she found Stitch with the family photo she kept under her pillow. Lilo told him, "You ruined everything." Suddenly, a net fell from the sky and captured them both. It was Captain Gantu. Stitch escaped, but Lilo was trapped on the ship. Oh, I'm a little behind with this picture. Then the original alien spies ambushed Stitch. Nani asked them for help. Stitch convinced them to help by repeating what Lilo had told him. Ohana means family. Family means nobody gets left behind or forgotten. They all piled into the spaceship and sped away, soon catching up to Captain Gantu. The ship twisted and turned through the air. Suddenly, Stitch had an idea. He jumped to the ground, gained control of a truck and drove it into a volcano. The gas in the fire propelled him up into Captain Gantu's ship, where he was able to destroy it, saving Lilo at the last second. On land, Mr. Bubbles, the Grand Councilman from space, and the two alien spies were waiting for them to arrive, ready to force Stitch to go back to Planet Toro. But Stitch said, "This is my family. I found it on my own. It is little and broken, but still good." Lilo showed Stitch's ownership papers from the shelter to prove he belonged with her, and the Grand Councilwoman decided to sentence Stitch to life in exile on Earth with Lilo as his caretaker. They lived happily ever after as a family, little and broken, but still good. And that is the end of Lilo and Stitch, our first story on the show, on the stream tonight. Hopefully you enjoyed that. A sip of water here before we move into our second story. It's been a while since I watched that, and I've only seen it once. So, I'll have to watch it again. Um, and some other things. When I'm gonna be getting Disney Plus. I think I'm gonna get it probably November and December. Maybe, yeah. Um, maybe December and January. Just for a couple of months to watch some things that are coming out and some other movies as well, like Disney classics that I just haven't watched in a while. But anyway. Oh, wonderful. Glad you enjoyed it. All right, so our second story on the channel tonight. As you know, I like to do the classic stories that we know from the movies, if I have it, and then I like to do a second story that features those characters. And so this is no exception. My second story tonight is Stitch Birthday Surprise. This is a new book I actually got a couple weeks ago at Buc-ee's. They had a whole selection of little golden books, and so this is a new acquisition. I'm excited to read to you. So here we go with Birthday Surprise. This is by Virginia Murphy and illustrated by Alan Batson. "Happy birthday, Stitch!" Lilo exclaimed early one morning. "Birthday?" asked Stitch. Lilo explained that a birthday is when friends and family celebrate the day someone was born, or in Stitch's case, the day he was adopted. "The best things about birthdays are the surprises, said Lilo, "and I have a birthday surprise for you in the living room." Ooh, nice. Stitch's ears perked up. A surprise? He ran toward the living room, but Lilo blocked his path. Sorry. Lilo blocked his path. Uh, Not yet, Lilo said. Your birthday surprise isn't until later, but it will be worth the wait. Stitch frowned. He didn't like waiting. Hmm. Lilo led Stitch to the kitchen, where their friend Pleakley was laying out some baking supplies. You can't have a birthday without a cake, exclaimed Lilo. Pleakley is going to make us something delicious. Stitch got to work helping Lilo and Pleakley bake the cake. He cracked the eggs and he stirred the ingredients. Uh-oh. Uh, he poured the batter, then Pleakley put the cake in the oven. When the cake was baked, it looked interesting. It's perfect, Lilo said. Now it just needs frosting. Jason Thibodeau, welcome in. Hope you're having a great Sunday and weekend. Welcome in. While Lilo and Pleakley showed Stitch how to decorate the cake, Stitch couldn't stop wondering about his birthday surprise in the living room. Mm. What could it be? Stitch inched closer to the door, even though he knew it wasn't time for the surprise yet. He thought maybe he could take a sneak peek. Oh, he's gonna peek. He's gonna take a little stitchy, sneaky peeky. A loud sound from outside the house made Stitch jump. He bumped into Pleakley, who was holding the cake. The cake landed on the counter and fell apart. That's okay, Stitch. Mistakes happen, Lilo reassured him. I have a feeling I know what that sound was. Follow me. R. Johns, welcome in, Richard. Hope you're having a great weekend. Happy Sunday. While Pleakley fixed the cake, Lilo took Stitch outside. Jumba stood next to a bundle of balloons. The sound had been a balloon popping. Lots of people get balloons on their birthday, Lilo said. Let's help Jumba inflate some more. Oh, Stitch is gonna help inflate the balloons. That'll be fun. That's gonna be fun. Lilo showed Stitch how to blow air into a balloon. At first, Stitch had trouble. He huffed and he puffed and he huffed and he puffed and he blew the little. Oh, no, wrong story. He huffed and puffed without luck. Then he got a little creative. Success! Dinners with Donna. Hi, Donna. Welcome in. Hope you're having a great weekend. Happy Sunday. Welcome and great to see you. Stitch saw some of his friends sneaking into the house. Were they part of his birthday surprise? Stitch needed to know what was going on. He had an idea. Hmm. Stitch tied a bunch of the balloons together. He floated up, up, up. He had almost reached the living room window when, when, what happened? What happened? Oh, thank you, Donna, for the trophy. Go. Now, StreamYard is telling me a goat trophy. I'm not sure. Sometimes it doesn't say the right things, but I know it's a trophy. So thank you, Donna, for that, for those jewels and that gift. That was so nice of you. The balloons bumped into a palm tree branch. Stitch landed on the ground with a thud. Ouch. Just then, Lila walked toward him. There you are, she said. We need to do one more thing. It was a goat trophy. Okay, wonderful. Thank you, because I am the goat. Ah, well, thank you. Lilo led Stitch to the general store. I'm so excited for you to finally see your birthday surprise. I just need to pick something up from the store, said Lilo. I'll be right back. Oh, just need to pick something up from the store. Ooh. Oh, it looks like some birthday party guests arriving at the house. Stitch waited and waited. Oh, you're gonna make Stitch wait like that until he couldn't wait any longer. He needed to know what his birthday surprise was, and he needed to know now. Don't blame you, buddy. I don't blame you. Ooh, photo printing. Well, that's a clue. Stitch ran home. The doors were locked, but Stitch climbed a streamer into the kitchen. Not like a live streamer, but like the decoration thing. Anyway, yeah. Anyway, he gripped the edge of the curtain, blocking his birthday surprise in the living room. And all these cliffhangers on the next page. And Stitch stopped. He thought about how excited Lilo was to give him a birthday surprise. It wouldn't feel good for him to see it without her. Stitch could wait a little longer. Even if it was hard, it was the right thing to do. Hmm. He went back outside where he found Lilo. Stitch, she shouted. Did you spoil your birthday surprise? Lilo shook his head. Lilo let out a sigh of relief. Good, she said, because it's finally time. I can't wait to see your face. And they quickly went inside. Stitch! That's the first one. And then they quickly went inside. What's the surprise? What's the surprise? A turkey leg! No, I'm just kidding. Happy birthday, Stitch! Called many voices at once. All of Stitch's friends had come to celebrate his birthday. They had decorated the room with streamers and balloons. There were games and lots of presents. Pleakley had even saved the cake. But the best part was the smile on Lilo's face. Surprise, she said. You can't have a birthday without a party. Oh, she's right. Do 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 do. Woohoo! Now there's a party going on right here. Oh, that's not the end of the story though. Here we go. It was definitely a birthday surprise worth waiting for. And now here's the second story on the show tonight. Stitch's birthday surprise. I hope you enjoyed that. That was a lot of fun. It's a whole lot of fun. So if you're having a birthday anytime soon or you've had one recently, happy birthday. If your birthday is not for a while, a happy early birthday. Or if you had a birthday recently within the last couple of months, a belated happy birthday. If today is not your birthday, a happy unbirthday. And anyway, yeah. So, well, those are the stories here on the Once Upon a Turkey Leg tonight. So glad to read those to you. Coming up next Sunday, I'm starting a new series. There has been a whole bunch of little golden books over the last few years that have come out that are inspired by the Disney parks. And I'm going to be starting a series, reading a pair of those each week for about 4 or 5 weeks. And so I hope you'll come back and enjoy those. Next Sunday evening at 8 p.m. Eastern is when that series will launch. And of course, next Saturday night, 8 p.m. Eastern, the Turkey Legster Zone and the continuation of my series, The History of Foods. So hope you'll join me for that. Also this week, guys, tomorrow morning at 9:30, I'm going to be live from Epcot checking out the Food and Wine Festival. And when it gets to when the booths are open, I am going to try something on the stream. Not sure what it's going to be yet, so hope you'll come in to find out. Jason Thibodeau, welcome in. 500 Jules. Jules Party Blowers. Thank you so much. Oh, I can highlight these, can't I? Dinners with Donna, thank you. That was the 1,000 Jewels with a goat trophy. Thank you for those, Donna, again. And then, of course, Jason Thibodeau, welcome. Thank you so much for the party blowers, the jewels there. Thank you so much for that. Wonderful, wonderful, wonderful. Me too, Dave. So yeah, be here right at 8, and I'm gonna start it with my fun little dance party that I do next Saturday. So anyway, tomorrow, Monday, 9:30, will be Epcot. And then Thursday evening at 7 p.m. Eastern Time, I'm going to be at Disney's Hollywood Studios. We're going to stroll around a little bit. And then, weather permitting, we will catch the show on the Chinese theater, the animation show. So that's what's coming up this week. And thank you all for watching, for subscribing, for being members. Um, it's all wonderful, and I thank you so very much for your support for me and the channel. Sierra, Cruise and Theme Park Guide, hello, welcome in. I'm actually signing off, but it's great to see you in the chat this evening. So yeah, guys, that's going to do it for this edition of Once Upon a Turkey Leg. Hope to see you next Sunday evening for more stories, and I hope to see you also next time I go live. So have a great evening, have a gobble-tastic night, take care, guys, and I'll see you. Bye.